Right, this video will act as your full guide to building an aesthetic body that makes you look strong and makes you look powerful and that you genuinely enjoy being in. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to get straight into it. The first point that I want to talk about is diet. When you start this journey of becoming physically fit and physically strong, and you want to start building a bunch of muscle mass, and you want to start being this yeah, I want to have this Greek body physique, like, right? You need a good diet. You need to be very, very careful, and you need to be very considerate of what you're eating and what you're not. So you want to stay as far away as you possibly can from any kind of junk food, which consists of fast food, sodas, sugary drinks, fucking any kind of added sugar that you can get anywhere, chemicals, preservatives, anything that you might get from all these overly processed foods. So all those things, they kind of compile into this conclusion that if you want to achieve a good level of success in the way that you look, if you want to be aesthetically pleasing, if you want to have this aesthetic body, then you need to stay as far away as you possibly can from junk food, because junk food does not equal an aesthetic body. Junk food is the exact opposite. It's the reason why most people are fat nowadays. It's the reason why most people are skinny fat, because this food is not enough to give you like this all these nutritious stuff, to keep you growing. So, you remain kind of your muscles, they remain kind of very underdeveloped while you're gaining all this fat, right? Which basically adds on to your body, and then you become like the skinny fat person. And nobody wants to be that skinny fat person. Maybe that's something that you're dealing with right now. Maybe that's an issue that you're trying to solve for right now. Well, the solution is never going to be just eating less junk food. No, the solution is genuinely not eating any kind of junk food at all. Again, that's fast food, that's sugary drinks, that's any kind of added sugar, that's chemicals that you would get from all these junk foods, right? So you want to stay as far away as you possibly can from processed foods, because they are the ones which will impact you the most in the negative way. You want to focus on eating more natural things, right? You want to focus on eating more vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, meat, especially like all these animal products which give you a lot of protein. You want to focus on getting a bunch of carbohydrates in your body, which are basically carbs, right? That you would get from all these kinds of vegetables that you're eating, from rice, from potatoes, from stuff like that. So you want to basically cook as many clean meals as you possibly can, right? So this means very simple meals, which consists of like no overly process, right? It's literally just you, like, for example, you want to eat something that has both meat, also a bunch of protein, and also is vegetables, right? And all kinds of carbs and vitamins and everything, right? So okay, well, for example, just take a piece of steak, right? And a bunch of cut vegetables, stick them all together in a fucking oven, let them there for God knows how long until they cook, and then there you have it. That's your meal. You don't need to fry anything, you don't need to do any kind of extra process, right? Just do it nice and simple. And I think, like, putting those things in the oven and just letting them cook, I think that's a really good alternative to frying and all kinds of things which genuinely just are a bit unhealthy and they're not good. So, right, you want to stay away far away from processed foods, and instead you want to focus on eating a lot of vegetables, fruits, animal products as meat and everything, because that is your main source of protein. Animal products, so that, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds as well, because they're a good source of all this unsaturated fat, which is really good for your body and it helps you also develop. And yeah, you want to eat a bunch. Genuinely, you want to eat a bunch of this stuff, right? not any kind of overly processed food. So no added sugar, no fast food, no sugary drinks, no chemicals, nothing, none of that. And so that means that you're not gonna go to McDonald's. That means that you're not gonna be drinking Coca-Cola or some shit. You're not gonna be drinking Mountain Dew. You're not gonna be doing whatever the fuck. You won't be eating fucking cake. You won't be eating all those things. You won't be eating cookies. You won't be doing your crazy bulk with like this overly sugared peanut butter. No. You're gonna stay away from those things as much as you possibly can. So that's one part. So your diet is very important, and this is the way that it's gonna affect you. So if you don't have a good diet, then you're not gonna make as good progress, because when you're eating all this junk food, right? When you're eating all these overly processed, high calorie foods, you're getting a bunch of calories in, and you listening to this concept of calories in, calories out. It's really not that good. It's really fucking bad. It's really a flawed system, because there's different kinds of calories, if you want to believe me. Like, there's genuinely different kinds of calories that you would get from all these processed unhealthy junk foods, compared to all the natural good fucking calories that you're getting from this food that you've prepared yourself in a healthy manner. So, and again, it's not all just about calories, right? Because you might be eating something that genuinely has a bunch of calories, but it also has a bunch of protein. But you might be eating something that has a bunch of calories and nothing else. And that's junk food. Junk food essentially has a lot of shit ton of calories, but it has little other macronutrients that you need. Little to nothing, right? Compared to all these natural foods, would genuinely bring you a really, really good balance between all those things. And you want to stick with those things. You don't want to eat any kind of fucking junk food. And the concept of cheat meals, you should take that away from your fucking day. If you genuinely need cheat meals to be on your diet, if you need every Sunday or Saturday to just go out and eat your ass off at McDonald's, then it's never gonna fucking work. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's never gonna fucking work. So you need to stay far away from those things. Genuinely quit, quit them up. Like, genuinely give them up completely. That's what I've done, and I'm seeing great fucking progress. And the concept of bulking for people who are underweight is a really good idea, especially if you're bulking again, like on all these very healthy and natural foods, right? If you're doing it on natural, healthy foods, then you genuinely have no risk of anything. Like, you're not gonna just suddenly wake up someday and just have like a fucking flabby stomach. No, because all this food that you're eating, it's genuinely good for you. It's genuinely good food that has a lot of nutritious value. You know, again, junk food, it might have all these high calories and everything, but it doesn't have that much of a nutritious value to you. You don't want to eat junk food because it genuinely just had a shit ton of saturated fats and little to nothing else, which really leaves you in a shit spot where you're just gaining much more weight than you're actually gaining muscle. So when you're gonna be bulking, you're always gonna gain some weight along with your muscle mass, but you want to know that this weight doesn't just all this fat that you're putting on. You want to know that this is not just going to be like bullshit fat, that you're just getting for no reason, that you could genuinely be avoiding, right? And you don't want to get that. So when you're gonna be eating like actual healthy, unprocessed food, that's genuinely not any kind of junk food, no sugary drinks, no added sugar, no chemicals. When you're doing that, you're genuinely having a lot of nutritional value, which adds to you building muscle mass. And it also, like, genuinely really reduces the amount of fat that's building up on you, right? Because all these natural foods, they genuinely, essentially, they don't have that much fat, right? Compared to junk food and everything, they genuinely don't have that much fat. So you are much more likely to eat a bunch of this shit and get really big and not have that much of like fat in your body, compared to you eating a bunch of junk food and having a shit ton of that, right? And for people who are trying to cut down, I think again, stick to very, very clean food, just as you would in any kind of other situation. So my again, like if you want just one like an incomplete resume of everything that I've just talked about, a summary, eat clean. Eat fucking clean, eat a bunch, and eat clean. Eat a bunch of animal products, eat a bunch of vegetables, any kind of plants that you would get, and eat fucking clean. And that's it. That's your diet, right? And for people who are trying to cut down, just eat less of that clean food. Eat less of that clean food. All right? Don't fucking have any kind of day when you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat less junk food today. I'm just gonna eat like one McDonald's burger a day, or I'm just not gonna eat anything, and I'm just gonna after this eat a cake tomorrow. Don't go extreme with all these things, right? Don't go extreme with the idea of cutting down and like genuinely not eating anything throughout the fucking day, because that's stupid, because you're not gonna last that long. And when you're gonna actually get your hands on some food, you're just gonna throw that shit in your mouth at lightning speed. So you don't want that. You want to be very, very cutthroat about what you're eating and when you're eating. So basically just try to reduce the amount of food that you're eating, but don't go full zero the entirety of the day. And then when you get your hands on some food in the evening, just destroy that. No, don't do that. That's stupid. So just focus on being much more considerate about it, right? Okay. Once we've gotten diet out of the way, right? This is basically all the knowledge that you need, right? Anything else I think I might have missed it, or you're just trying to bullshit yourself? And if I missed anything, just write it down in the comments, and maybe we'll make like a completion of this. The next part is training. If you want to achieve a aesthetic physique, then you have to train. You have to train properly, and you have to train every single day almost, right? You need to have a very, very well set routine of training sessions. And training, essentially, when you're trying to build an aesthetic body, training is you doing all this resistance training. It's weight training. It's all these weight exercises, right? It's not cardio. It's not, I don't know what the fuck else. It's genuinely weight training. It's genuinely you lifting weights, and you lifting weights properly. Because a lot of people genuinely don't lift weights properly. A lot of people have shit posture, shit form when they're lifting, and they end up injuring themselves, and they never try weightlifting again because, oh, I injured myself because weightlifting is such a horrible thing, because you don't even know how to do it properly. You've never gained any kind of advice on it. You've never gained any kind of experience on it, so you don't even know, right? And you need to be very careful about the technique that you're using so that you can get the most out of the things that you're doing. If you want to get the most, genuinely the most of your training sessions, then you need to do it properly. You know, you need to be very considerate about the way that you're training, like the posture you're having and like the technique, the movement, right? And you need to know that you're not gonna make that much progress if you do half of the reps, that your body is capable of every set. Bro, if your body is capable of 15 reps and you're only doing 6 or 7, because, oh well, more than that is overtraining, guys. Over fucking training. Oh my god, everybody gets a fucking heart attack when they hear the word overtrain, and they're like, oh my god, I will never overtrain. Yeah, you'll never over fucking train. You'll never even train properly if you're just doing half of the reps, and you're like, yeah, that's enough because I don't want to overtrain, guys. Bro, there's like 1% of the fucking people who are weightlifting, or maybe not 1%, but there's a very fucking small percentage of people who are weightlifting that are actually overtraining. Because I think it's like, for a lot of people, it's physically impossible to overtrain because your body is gonna give up at some point, especially if you're not really big into this, and if you don't really have a lot of experience behind weightlifting, your body's gonna give up before you'll fucking overtrain. And so I've been training until failure at every set for the past few months. So that means that every time I've been training, I've genuinely been giving everything in every set, right? And some might say that it's not really that beneficial, and maybe I should do some kind of adjustment to that. But I'm seeing really good progress in the way that I look. I'm already seeing the fact that I've gained a few several kilograms worth of muscle mass just from following the right diet and training properly. And so when you what I'm trying to get to is that you don't want to end up training like a pussy, right? This is the concept that I'm trying to get to, and a lot of people will get offended at this and they'll just call me out for being whatever. You don't want to end up training like a pussy, because only pussies just do the reps, and when it starts actually burning a little bit or when it starts being uncomfortable, they just drop it. I see it all the time at the gym, man. People just they do any kind of exercise, and when the second it gets a bit uncomfortable, they just stop and they start scrolling on their phones like fucking TikTok. Dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. Yeah, more of this, more of this. And they end up spending 2 hours at the gym and they're like, oh my god, I did a crazy workout today, but you genuinely don't even feel your muscles. You don't even feel any kind of wear on your muscles after 2 hours in the gym. Bro, if you're spending more than an hour in the gym and you genuinely don't feel a fucking wear in your muscles, that you're doing something wrong. You're genuinely doing something fucking wrong. So you want to focus on training properly, and again, you do this by going near failure. Like for a lot of people, like I think the best way that you could be doing this is genuinely doing the sets, and just going up until the very last rep that your body's capable of, and like saving 1 or 2 reps every set, right? But like genuinely go very, very, very close to failure. Go very close to failure. And once you're like at your last set of this kind of specific exercise, give it everything you got. Like genuinely, up until that point, save 1 rep before failure. 1 rep, maybe. And when you go to the last fucking set, you give it everything, bro. You go full intensity, full fucking animal mode on that on that set, right? And I think this is the best way that you could be gaining muscle. It's I think a lot of people call it a painful process, but after a while you get to learn, you get to deal with the pain. You generally don't like hate that pain anymore. It's like at this point it's something that you're used to, right? Your body just gets used to this switch. Like you turn off the switch and you're like, okay, time to go to the gym and time to feel some pain. It's genuinely just like that. For a lot of people, you just need to do it and you need to get experience in it, and eventually you'll end up actually enjoying the pain. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I'm hoping to get there as soon as possible. And I'm stoked about it, genuinely. And so again, this part is about training. So train properly and don't train like a pussy. All right? Understand the concept. Remember, don't train like a fucking pussy, because training like a pussy is not gonna get you any gains. If you're just doing chest every single day, I genuinely know people who just go to the gym and all they do is like chest and biceps and arms. How the fuck do you want to build? How the fuck do you want to have a good V-shaped body, right? When you're just literally just training chest and maybe some biceps or triceps from time to time. How do you want to get there? And don't skip leg day, right? If you if you want to achieve this aesthetic body, then you have to work your entire body. Like it's that's why it's not saying just achieve your aesthetic upper body, your aesthetic torso. No, you're saying achieve your aesthetic body. It means in your entire body. It means your legs. It means your torso. It means your back. It means your chest. It means your arms, your neck. That's what it means to build your aesthetic body. It's not just training one group of muscles intensely and like genuinely not getting anything out of it. That's not going to work. And so keep that in mind, all right? Don't train like a pussy. And the last kind of thing that would genuinely get you on the path to building an aesthetic body is your consistency and mindset. If you don't have this consistency to go to the gym almost every single day, and the mindset that, okay, this is the only way that I'm going to get there, the mindset to go up almost up until failure every single set, and do the last set of the exercise up until failure, like genuinely be fucking red in your face, like have this expression of pain on your face, when you genuinely feel like you're dying, right? Again, don't fucking overdo this one. Like, keep your posture, keep everything, keep your form in check, your technique. Don't injure yourself, right? But do it correctly, and while you're doing it correctly, do it up until failure, right? And you won't be able to do those things that I've previously talked about, especially the diet, because I think, bro, training up until failure, it takes a few seconds to do it, right? It takes a few seconds. There's like several 20, 30 seconds in which you're genuinely in pain, and then you cannot lift the weight anymore, so you drop it, and that's it. All right, set, done. And you spend like 2 hours at the gym, maybe a day, maximum 2 hours at gym. And but when it comes to your diet, bro, you're eating, and you're gonna be doing this for life. Like this kind of diet plan that you're just gonna be fully clean, like fully clean diet. No junk food, no processed foods, no sugary drinks, no sugar, no all those things, no added sugars and bullshit like that. This is something that you're going to be doing for life. Like, if you genuinely want to get there, if you want to achieve this good level physique and you want to maintain it, then you have to maintain a clean diet for the rest of your life. And this requires a very important mindset, a very good level of consistency. Because again, you going out every Saturday or Sunday on your cheat meals and eating your ass off and genuinely gaining more fat than muscle while doing so, like, that's not gonna fucking help you. That's genuinely gonna harm you more than anything else. So you need to adapt. You need to adopt this mindset, this growth mindset, I like to call it. Where you understand that everything you're doing, it's to make you grow, and everything you're doing has an impact. Every single rep that you're doing, every single set that you're doing at the gym, every single gram of food, of clean food that you're eating, has an impact on your future self. All those things, they have an impact on who you will be in the next 2 years. Because there's also like the genetic aspect in all of this. You might think to yourself, oh, I'm not genetically gifted. Fuck you, bro. If you're just using that as an excuse to not train hard or to not train at all because you're just genetically not gifted, then I don't have respect for you. It's not fucking simple. Nobody said life was gonna be easy, bro. Nobody said that. And so you need to put in the work. You need to understand that this is not gonna be fucking easy. This is gonna be hard. But this is why we're doing it. If it were easy, then everybody would do it. Everybody would get to get the rewards and be happy about it. But look around you nowadays. Everybody's has a fucking beer belly. Everybody's just fat. Everybody has stick arms and stick legs. Everybody's a pussy, bro. If you don't want to be a pussy, then it means hard work. Hard work is essentially always going to be hard. And so you need to develop this mindset that although this is going to be hard, although this might feel straining on my physical aspect, and maybe some on your mental as well, when you're trying to do all this diet plan, right? And everything, and training hard every single day. Like, it might take a toll on your day-to-day outgoing, right? Physical and mental outgoing, but you need to understand that this is what it means to be a man. This is what it means to be out there and genuinely fucking put yourself through the effort and put yourself through the fucking pain to get something. If you don't want to do it, then bro, yeah, okay. just keep being a pussy. Keep like if you don't want to do it, then why are you watching this video? If you don't want to do it, then why are you wasting your time scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and on YouTube Shorts, seeing all these buff ass men just flexing in front of the camera? Bro, if you don't want to end up like them, then why the fuck are you watching those videos? If you want to end up like them, if you genuinely want to become this buff ass motherfucker, then you have to put in the work. You have to put in the work to do it. It will be hard, but that's the fun part, and you have to build this consistency that you should be training almost every single day. For example, I have 2 rest days, so I train 5 days a week, and on 2 days I genuinely just take some time to rest because I, as of right now, I'm doing both 1 hour and a half of gym almost, yeah, 5 days a week, and also 5 days a week I'm also doing another hour and a half of handball practice, which basically is cardio and strength exercises and all kinds of stuff. So I'm doing around 3 hours of exercise every single day, right? And so I'm taking 2 days off, in which I just spend time resting and I focus on other things. And when Monday rolls around, I'm back on the fucking job. So yeah, you need to have consistency. You need to find this routine that works well for you and that what you can stick to, that will bring you a good level of growth, and that will keep you on that good level of growth. And you need to have this growth mindset. You need to understand that it will be difficult, but this is the only way that you're going to grow. It's only going to happen while you're putting in the hard work. It's only going to happen while it feels uncomfortable. That's it. So yeah, man. Hope you got some value out of this video. This is my full guide as of right now to building your aesthetic body. And I'll see you next time, bro. Good luck.